Welcome back. So today, in light of me subbing in League not too long ago, I decided to why not make a video on ways to improve your League scores. So, funny story about subbing League. It's the first time I subbed in a house shot League in forever, and I ended up bowling 300 my first game. Although I came up shy on 800 at 796. That was cool though. I don't know. League was fun. I got to spend time with some friends that I haven't got to really, spend a whole lot of time with. But anyways, getting back to how to improve your League scores, you can do a lot of different things that will prove to be very effective, and I'll let you know about them. The major difference between bowling in League and bowling in your practice is that in League it's a much slower pace of play. So generally you have about 4 to 5 man teams, which if you're a League bowler and watching this, you would know that. And one thing I noticed, people, they're anxious to throw their shot. Maybe they didn't do good, the frame before or whatever. But being a slow, methodical pace in League will, I feel, help you bowl better because one, it's a slow pace. If you get into rush mode, you're going to be forced back into being slow. So you may as well just stay slow the whole time instead of rushing and then not. So try to take ample time on both of your League shots, even if you did throw a bad shot your first time. So, that being said, some other things that I find to be important is use your warm-up effectively. When I subbed in League, I didn't see a single person do any kind of warm-up or stretching before practice started. So that means that most of them are a little older, so it's going to take about all of your practice time to even just get warmed up, and then what? Then you're not even loose yet for bowling and you're throwing good shots. So there's that too. That's one thing that you can focus on. So one thing that would be super effective to warm up with in your right before League is using TheraBands. So they're just super massive rubber bands, and you can get a pack of them at Ross or some kind of cheapo store for $5-10 bucks. You can get a couple different resistance bands, and this will really help you loosen up your body. You can do leg stretches with them. You can work your lower back with them. It's pretty easy to get warmed up with them. So this is something that I highly recommend. There's a couple different things you guys can do, which you can look up to. So definitely I would look into getting a TheraBand for your warm-up stuff. Another way to improve your scores in League is to use the right equipment. For one, I like to have 3 to 4 balls with me at League. I like to have 3 reactive balls and of course my 1 spare ball. So for reactive balls, I'll have something that's medium to strong, and it's gonna be generally a symmetrical ball. And then when you start to notice the cliff, when there's a lot of oil and your missed left doesn't hook enough and your missed right overhooks too much, you want to keep another medium/low end ball that you can either stay right with, or you can move a little bit left with it, and you can bump it off the dry and it won't come off the back of the pattern too violently. And so you can have asymmetric or symmetric. As far as surfaces go, I generally keep it shiny. You don't need a lot of surface for League. So that's it for equipment. So another one is understanding your environment in League. So in order to score higher and understand where to put your ball at in League when you have the right equipment is, well, one, it's on your League shot, so come out here and practice on it. Understand where the dry spots are, understand where the oil is. And if you're having trouble doing that, what I like to do is I like to start out the first arrow and just throw the ball right in front of me. See how much it hooks. Go to the second arrow and then the third arrow, and you see where the oil is and where the oil isn't. Then use that to your advantage. Now the next tip is, one, watch who are you bowling with. Watch with what you're bowling with. Are you bowling with high rev rate, plastic balls, urethane balls? Look at the equipment other people are using, because that's going to determine how your League pattern is going to play. So don't be that guy that comes in here every week and oh, the pattern's different, or blah blah blah, everything's different from the League beforehand. No, every week is going to be different because you're going to be bowling against different teams, using different equipment, playing in different areas of the lane. Now, unless every bowler is exactly the same in your League, I'm right. Okay, so I don't care. The pattern is laid out the same. It's who bowls on it makes a difference. I don't care how much you're going to argue on me on that. I will literally sit here till the cows come home. Anyways, so pay attention. The more surface and the higher rev rate, the drier it's going to be. The more urethane and the more plastic being thrown, the tighter it's going to be. So Obviously, maybe keep notes, a journal on, you know, how the lanes play when you have higher rev rate, or when you have more plastic and urethane being thrown, and that could really help you out. Maybe keep a journal on your pairs that you bowl on. If you bowl on the same pair a lot, or you bowl in the same area of the house a lot, you keep notes on that, and bada bing, bada boom, you got your adjustments already. So I'm going to throw a series of shots, and you guys are going to see some different kind of angles of play on a house shot and where you can play. I'm going to throw some shots going a little straighter with some closed launch angles, and then I'm going to throw some shots that are, you know, a little bit further left using the friction on the lane. So you're going to see the two different types of angles that you can play on a house shot and be successful. So, as you can see, you can play a little bit straighter on it and not really throw the ball away from you too much, but as they dry out and you move left, you can really bump the ball off the end of the pattern and open your angles up. Now, when there isn't much play in league, you know, you probably don't need the super strong bowling or the super weak bowling ball, and you can kind of stay in the same area all night. But when there's a lot of play, that being able to get inside like the third and the fourth arrow and throw it into the friction with a smooth ball is really going to help you, you know, the last game of league when those lanes are really starting to get chewed up. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to support the channel, and like always, see you next time.